It may take months to determine the cause of the crash, but many people are asking why the chopper was flying in dense fog, especially since other choppers had been grounded. The rate of helicopter crashes has decreased over the past 2 decades, but there have been around 20 deadly accidents in the U.S. every year since 2013. Kris Van Cleave is near the crash site in Calabasas, California. Kris, good morning to you. What else are investigators looking at to determine how this chopper went down?
Well, good morning. NTSB investigators will be back out here on the scene behind me once the sun gets up. And really everything is still on the table for investigators. They are pouring through the pilot's history, through the maintenance history of this helicopter, working to better understand the weather conditions up here. And they're also going to start working to recover some of the wreckage. They want to look at the helicopter's engines, try to determine if anything mechanically went wrong. But this was a helicopter that had a very good safety history.
And I was sitting in traffic, and I wound up missing like a school play because I was sitting in traffic.
In 2018, Kobe Bryant talked about why he started flying in helicopters.
I had to figure out a way where I could still train and focus on the craft, but still not compromise family time. And so that's when I looked into helicopters and be able to get down and back in 15 minutes.
Bryant, his daughter Gigi, and 7 others were on their way to Kobe's Mamba Sports Academy. The pilot, Ara Zabayan, who was experienced with more than 8,200 flight hours, began flying under normal visual flight rules, or VFR, which typically requires about 3 miles of visibility. About 14 minutes into the flight, Zabayan asked air traffic control for special VFR, allowing him to fly in worsening weather with less visibility.
It is not unusual in Los Angeles to have less than 3 miles visibility.
Aviation consultant William Lawrence is a retired Marine Corps colonel and flew helicopters in the L.A. area for years.
And if you didn't have special VFR, you pretty much wouldn't be able to fly.
NTSB board member Jennifer Hamady says in the flight's final moments, the pilot told air traffic control he was going to try to get above the worsening weather. The chopper then climbed into the clouds, turned, and entered a steep dive.
My understanding is that the company operates under VFR.
And the fact that at least at the end it looks like the pilot would have left VFR to get above the clouds then is an interesting question to have answered.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that.
But it's too early to know why the helicopter crashed and why so many lives were cut short.
It still could be a mechanical failure. It could be the pilot got disoriented. It could be that the fog played a part in it.
Both the LAPD and LA County Sheriff had grounded their helicopter fleets because of the weather on Sunday. News helicopters weren't flying because of the weather. Now, this morning, the NTSB released this photo of investigators preparing a drone that they have put up over the crash scene to map the crash scene. We understand in the coming days, the safety board expects to have to bring in a helicopter to airlift some of the wreckage off the crash scene. It's very remote, so they want to get that to a place where they can look at it more safely. Anthony?
Kris Van Cleave. Thank you, Kris.